I was happy with the way the players responded, because there's always jitters in the first game, and we made some mistakes early, but it didn't really cost us.
Yeah, it was an 18-yard rush on the second play of the game, and then it was a 20-yard completion on that 3rd and 15 on their second drive. But in terms of chunk plays, literally, they had 2. BYU had 20.
Yeah, and I thought we responded great. You made a comment earlier after their first 2 drives. I think they had very few yards after that, and we responded well, got the jitters out, and thought we played outstanding after that.
So at the end of Portland State's second possession, where they got the chunk of their yards, they punt, and BYU fumbles the return. So it was actually a short field for the defense early in the game. Great work by the D to back the Vikings up. The big play was the 9-yard sack by Che Bryant-Strother on that 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that was huge. Che did a really good job. He's in what we call a spy, and he came burning around off the edge as the quarterback escaped and got an early sack, knocked him out of field goal range. Right here you see him just trigger the way he's supposed to. He looked really fast right there. And, for the most part, I thought the defense looked outstanding as far as speed goes.
So that play there created a 3rd down and 16 that turned into a 4th and 12, and they attempted a 56-yard field goal. And BYU blocked it. Jack Kelly, as you talked about, with the scoop and score, and BYU's finally on the board there.
You know, this was something interesting. Is right when we started our preparation coming out of fall camp, we had shown a couple clips of this kicker kicking the ball low and told them that we got a really good chance of blocking one this game, and if we do, we got to be ready to scoop and score. And sure enough, it happened on our first points of the game.
Yeah, I mean, oft times it's kind of cliche, but with longer field goal tries, you'll sometimes expect a low trajectory. That's exactly what you got, smacked into a Cougar, and there goes Jack. That's his first touchdown, by the way, in college football.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Super happy for him. I mean, you could see his speed right here.
I'll say.
I love the blocking down the field. You see Evan Johnson really sprinting to get a block right there, and Faletau got one early. Glasker, as he did last year, leading the way on these returns. So the effort was outstanding here.
Yeah, it was a great convoy down the field, and it felt like that touchdown kind of settled everyone in. The next 3 possessions for Portland State, they were all 3 and outs, and the offense scored touchdown, touchdown, touchdown after every punt.
Yeah, like I say, I think that's pretty standard, that there's a little bit of jitters going into the first game. And once we settled down, I thought everybody on all 3 phases really played well.
We used the phrase complementary football, and we really saw an example of it for 60 minutes, I think, on Saturday night.
We did. The offense was outstanding. They ran the ball so well. Special teams played very solid, and we made the huge play on the block field goal. But I just think as a whole, it was a very, very clean game for game 1.
And when you score on defense or special teams, likely good things are going to happen. Check this out real quick here. Yeah, in the Kalani era, 17-4 now is the win-loss record when you get a defensive or special teams touchdown. When you're scoring in that other way, it's going to be a good night.
We should just do that every game.
Just do it. Just keep on doing it. How nice was it, by the way, to see the offense really clicking with a true freshman in Bear Bachmeier getting his first career start?
Well, I think all the coaches have mentioned that he is mature well beyond his years. He came in and just handled the offense so well right from the get-go. He's smart with the football. He got a lot of looks in this game, and I thought he responded very well. And the offense ran the ball so well that's just a huge key to the offensive success.
Having worked against this offense for a good month before the season began, did you see what you thought you would see on Saturday night from the offense?
Oh yeah, this offense is very well coached. Our offensive staff is very intelligent, but they're creative, and they find ways to get mismatches with personnel or leverage angles and stuff like that. They just do a really good job of putting the defense in a bind.
Let's get back into the first half for a second. It was already 28-0 when the Vikes fumbled at their own 20-yard line. John Talmoipeau, who blocked the field goal, as it turned out, recovers the fumble way back at the 5 or 6-yard line. JT had a really nice all-around game, too.
Oh, he had a great game, and that's what we needed coming from that D-tackle spot. We pretty much knew what we were going to get with Keanu, and we saw so many great flashes out of JT coming into this game, but he played outstanding. Just can't say enough about him and his preparation.
Okay, so the fumble recovery set up a nice short field and a score. 2 more 3 and outs on defense, 2 more touchdowns on offense, and now you're cruising 49-0 at halftime. You allowed only 44 yards in the first 30 minutes. Hard to be more pleased with half of football to open the season.
Well, yeah, I was super happy once we settled down on how we responded. Happy that we didn't give anything deep up down the field. The secondary was very good. I thought we were very stout against the run, and that's traditionally a very good running team. Bruce Barnum knows O-line play. They're usually pretty good at picking up blitzes and things like that. So to be that stout in the first half, I was happy with just the results.
Okay, coming up, we'll finish out our look back at Saturday's opener and get some standouts on defense from Coach Hill as well. Back on the Coordinator's Corner, visiting with BYU Defensive Coordinator, Safeties Coach, and Associate Head Coach Jay Hill. BYU off to a 1-0 start for the 6th straight season after Saturday's 69-0 home win over Portland State. Coming up next is Saturday's home game with 0-1 Stanford. When we left off, BYU was leading Portland State 49-0 at halftime. So with the game in hand, you want to play a lot of your guys, but you also want to stay sharp, play well with those guys.
So Kalani, myself, and Coach Roderick, we challenged all of our guys at halftime that's exactly what we wanted to do. Get a bunch of guys in the game in the second half, but we wanted to keep the cleanliness going because it was a very clean first half. And we challenged them hard at halftime to finish the game the right way and to keep it clean, and I thought they responded very well.
Defense actually spent more time than the offense on the field in the first half. After halftime, the O put together some really long possessions, just grinded the game out as you expect them to. You had to defend only 12 plays in the second half. Now, I don't know that I've seen a number that low before for a half of football. 12 snaps, and you allowed 7 yards and 0.6 yards per play after halftime. 12 plays.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to the offense. They did a phenomenal job running the ball. They did a phenomenal job managing the clock in a game like that. You really want to just get out of there at that point. And they did an outstanding job with it. And then our defense did a good job of getting a bunch of 3-and-outs to where the offense was right back on the field, kind of grinding them. And we handled business and did what we were supposed to do.
You had time to go out, go to swig, come back, and still have your guys not back on the field yet.
Well, there was one time it was like a 9-minute drive, and they just pounded it the way you're supposed to. And then at the end of the game, I remember saying, you guys got 42 yards. I wonder if you guys can make a 9-minute, 42-yard drive, and they almost did it. So it was crazy. You
had the shutout at halftime, and we've seen in the past where starters go out defensively, offense keeps starters in, and maybe the shutout goes away. But there was no letdown. Really nice to put up a 0 for 60 minutes. It's hard to do in college football.
Well, 0 letdown, and we weren't just playing with our 2s. We had a bunch of 3s and 4s in there at the end of the game. And again, we challenged them hard that whoever got in the game, go in there, play clean, do what you're supposed to do, and keep the physicality and the intensity up, and they did that. And one thing, too, I want to shout out the starters. When the backups went in, those guys were on the sideline, just geeked up, ready to go, supporting their teammates, and it really goes a long ways to say what Coach Kalani's created with his culture.
Yeah, chemistry and love for your brother, the whole thing, it all showed up.
It showed.
You mentioned cleanliness. Only one defensive penalty on the night. It was a targeting call on Ephraim Asiata, and it came way back in the first half. We may see this, so because it was a first half play, misses the second half, nothing affecting him for this week, correct?
Yeah, he'll be back ready to go. He's got to be a little smarter with just how that occurred. Anytime you go up towards the head or neck area, you got to be worried about this, and he did. He's got to go a little bit lower on that hit. We love Ephraim's intensity and physicality. He's just got to be a little lower on this hit.
What kind of season can we expect from 44, do you think?
Well, I think he's going to be a key part to what we're doing. He can rush the passer. He's super physical for his size. He runs around well, and he's a playmaker, and we need that in our defense.
BYU offensively called only 7 pass plays after halftime, ran it 29 times, ran all over the Vikes, and you get 69-0 as a result. 51 total yards allowed for the game by BYU, second fewest all time, and the only lower number came 61 years ago. It's a long time.
Well, again, the success of that game, I think, hinges on so much. I'm proud of the assistant coaches for getting their position groups ready to go. They did a great job with this. But it rests on the players knowing the importance of every one of the 12 games. You only get 12. You got to take advantage of every one. I thought our players did that, and the stats reflect that.
Okay, you said position groups a second ago. How do you think your position group, the safeties, played against Portland State?
They were very clean. I thought they tackled well for the most part. Assignment-wise, I thought they were very good. There wasn't a lot of big plays made from the safety group, but there wasn't a lot of opportunities, so I thought we did what we were supposed to do.
We hit on this a bit last week, but how comfortable are you coming into the year with most of that room back from last year, having another year with you?
Well, I thought the 4 guys that played the majority of the reps in this game played very well. That's Tanner Wall, Faletau Satawala, Raider Demooney, and Talon Alfrey. I thought those guys all played very good. we even got some of the other guys in. Matthias Leach got to play. Peyton Van Stinkus got to play. So, you know, we're getting guys reps, which is critical for future. And if they continue to play clean, there's 4 or 5 guys that we can win with. So that's good.
Well, how do you see Tommy Prassis, his role within this defense this year?
Well, he was going to have a huge role at safety, but with Cabella down for a couple weeks, he's needed to move to nickel, and I think he's handled that transition very well. He gives us a great hybrid because he's good in coverage, but he's also physical like a safety in there. So there's so many things that he does give us with his versatility.
Let's get to players of the game now. We'll start on defense. We hit on him earlier, talked about his blocked field goal, his fumble recovery, and the inside mate of Keanu Tanavasa inside. We're talking about John Talmoipeau, JT.
Well, John played so good, and I'm so proud of him. He came here. It took him a while to really play a lot in a game, and when he first got his first substantial reps in the game, he just stood out and played outstanding. Right from the first play of the game. First play of the game, he gets a TFL, and then obviously this huge one here. So I'm super happy for him.
And the inside of your defensive line just gets stouter when Justin Kirkland joins the mix and joins Keanu and JT in there.
Oh, yeah. And Anisi Purcell played well.
Played well as well.
So I think that group's progressing exactly the way we want. Coach Puha and Coach Anderson have done a great job with those guys. And then Bodie Schoonover and Bill Puha, they played inside as well. Those guys played very well. The future's bright. We've got to continue to get those guys coming along the way we want them, but, man, they're getting better.
Coach Papinga is on the show next week, but he gave us his special teams players of the game for this past Saturday, and they are Will Farron and the field goal unit.
Well, how about Will Farron tying an all-time record for the distance? He continues to be just automatic, which is huge for a kicker. I think everybody in the stands, fans and coaches, just believe when he goes out there, he's going to do what he's supposed to do and put the ball in the uprights. What a weapon that is.
56-yarder for Will Farron. His consecutive field goal streak continues. His consecutive PAT streak continues. He's up to 80 in a row and counting, only 6 away from the BYU record there. Great night for Farron and the kicking units.